let me tell you something, yeah. KDB is a technically better version of what Bruno Fernandes is, bro. If KDB could run like Bruno, he would be a much better player. And if Bruno had KDB's technical ability, he'll be a much better player, bro. You know, like that. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
it's literally what it is. When I look at Kevin De Bruyne, yeah, because like, bro, we don't really know what his position is. What's his position?
He's more of a right-sided 8, right-sided, like, you know, on that right-hand side.
All right, cool. Well then, all right, cool. So we both agree Luka Modric is an 8, yeah?
Yeah, I can agree.
Exactly. Kevin De Bruyne nowhere near him.
No, but again, that's my argument is about that. My argument is about
no, but that's the point. That's the point. So if you're both 8s and you're nowhere near this guy, then how are you in the same class as him? I don't understand.
No, but my original question was De Bruyne, for him to be in that conversation, for me, he needs to perform in the Champions League and lead Man City to Champions League glory. He hasn't done that. My overall kind of question was about that. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but okay, so he hasn't led them to Champions League glory, even when they had Aguero and all these things, yeah? When we talk about the big moments, in the big moments, yeah, where he needed to win the Champions League for Man City, bro. Bro, last season he got hooked in both legs against fucking Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why you can't say to him, you can put him with Xavi and Iniesta. That was my whole
But
feeling.
that's what I said. But you asked me if he's world class. I said, for me, no. All of a sudden, it's like, yeah, but he is, bro. He's not there with these, man. Because all of his numbers, they don't equate to winning these man a Champions League, doing it in the big moments when it counts. It doesn't, bro. A lot of fucking hat tricks against Norwich and that.
Nah, listen, you're being disingenuous there. But I think ultimately, ultimately, I think ultimately, when you look at the kind of question about world class, it is thrown around a lot. It is thrown around a lot, and that's why for me, you know, when you look at Saka, when you look at other players like that, you have to do it consistently. You have to do it consistently, and that's just the bottom line. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's just world class in today's game. But again, that's another one as well. We can't world class in yesterday's game to world class in today's game. I think they're two completely different things.
They are,
like Iniesta. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, would today's generation call Iniesta world class in yesterday's generation with the way he played football?
Bro, listen, if Iniesta was in today's generation, people still wouldn't be able to get the ball off him because he's unbelievable. Like, Iniesta would probably be, like, he'd probably win a Ballon d'Or in this generation.
No, but the thing is, though, I don't think this generation of football fans would call him world class. I genuinely don't, because
I think they would have to.
They would have to, but that's what I'm saying. There's two different types of.
No, you're right. So the parameters are different now. Now
the parameters are different. Yeah.
Now, if you have GA, automatically you're world class. But that is why I argued, that Sterling wasn't world class, even when he was getting 30 GA.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah. Because for me, world class isn't just about GA, bro. It's not just about GA, bro. It's about everything. It's about improving the players around you. It's about doing all of these things, bro. It's about having that star quality, bro. There's nothing wrong with just being a really good player, bro. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with it. You get really good players, like, bro, look at players like Verratti and stuff like that. No one says, oh, yeah, Verratti should win a Ballon d'Or and that. Bro, this guy's one of the best midfielders of his generation.
Easy, bro. He's another player that doesn't get mentioned enough, man.
But there you go. I mean? I'm not taking De Bruyne over Verratti. Do you know what I mean? For me, he's not on Verratti's level. But bro, technically they're both 8s. Verratti is miles clear of De Bruyne, but
he's not more of an advanced 8. He's not an advanced 8, and that's where De Bruyne is. He's a more advanced 8.
I would argue that De Bruyne's not an 8 at all. I would argue that this guy has a free role to do whatever the fuck he wants for Man City because the team's so good. You know, like that. Because he doesn't do 8 things. He don't tackle. He don't really run. Like, he don't have the responsibility of an 8, to cover the ground and win the ball back and help the team out of possession that an 8 has, bro. He doesn't have that responsibility. It's the same with Bruno. That's why man called him a false midfielder, because it's like he runs around, but he don't keep possession. Do you know what I mean? Like, when man talk about pressing and that, Bruno don't actually really tackle. When you watch him, how many times you see him tackle a man and win the ball? He don't tackle. Fred tackles. Casemiro tackles. He just presses. He don't tackle. Yeah. You know, like that, bro. Like it's just like you don't tackle like a midfielder, and then he makes centre forward runs and scores goals. You know, like that, but he's not really an 8, bro.
Yeah.
Like David Silva was like an 8/10. In his prime, he was
10.
a 10. Then he dropped back into being an 8, and then he dropped back into
But
being
Bruno
a
could do
CM.
that.
He
Bruno
can't
could
do
do that
it.
as he gets older because he needs to
Bruv,
control
these men
games.
are cheating, Saeed, bruv. That's why I get angry. Like Bruno cheats in football.
Emotional
De Bruyne
subject.
De Bruyne is cheating, bruv. Like he's
Bro, he's
cheating.
not cheating, man.
That's
Come
why
on,
he's getting
man.
these stats, bro. He's
But
cheating.
the thing is with De Bruyne and Thingy, at least De Bruyne is doing it consistently and providing for Man City. With Bruno Fernandes, you can't put him in the same market because when he's been needed for Man United, he hasn't turned up. And I'm not blaming it solely on him, but if we're looking at it from player to player and you solely look at the player, at least De Bruyne has done it. And that's it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? So, listen, man, I think where you get it in terms of the player, is he aesthetically, technically great? Is he what, your normal 8 would do and whatnot? No. Does he spam crosses and whatnot? I get that argument. But come on, man, let's not discredit Kevin De Bruyne, man, what he's done.
I'm not discrediting him, bro. I'm not discrediting him. He's a good footballer. That's what I mean. He's a good footballer. He does some things that are very good. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, I just don't throw out this whole world-class team to anyone, bro. Like just to
that's what I'm saying now.
Like, bro, I just don't do it, bruv. Like, I just don't believe in it, bro. Because you know what? Like, if he's world class, then bruv, like everyone's world class, bruv. Like that's just how I feel right now. Like everyone's world class.
Look at the way, we've gone from shouting about world class to now. I've heard you say good footballer so many times, but back in the day, you could use that word so easily. But now, if you say good footballer, it means now everyone's saying, right, you're taking a mick and that, you're being disrespectful. But you're just saying it's a good footballer. But now you've got to use that word strenuously because everybody's using the word world class strenuously. Do you get it?
So bruv, everyone's world class in the modern game because the general level of the game is a lot poorer, bruv. You know, like that,
bro.
And that's what it is. And also, you know what it is, yeah? You know what it is also? Like, because we've got social media now, yeah? A lot of people see 1-2 clips of ballers and all of a sudden they're world class. They've never actually watched them play a full match, blood.
Yeah.
You know, like that, bro.
Comps are in the game.
Bro, I'm being real, blood. All these comps got man feeling like these men are crazy, blood, because they don't see the bad parts of their game. They just don't see it. They don't see it. Bro, like we live in a highlights generation where man only see the screamers that man scored, bro. Like that's all you see. You don't see all the time the ball over. Bro, it's true though. You don't see all the time man turn the ball over. Do you know what I mean? The mistake man made for the goal they conceded. Man don't see all these things. Do you know what I mean? All man see is the goal that man scored, and then you're like, rah, like man's got 30 GA, this, that, and the other, and you're seeing, bro, it's crazy, blood.
But you know what it is though? That's scary.
It's crazy. And then all of a sudden you're worth 80 million in that, just like that, of a couple YouTube comps and that. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's true, man. But that I feel like that's just
bro, Modric, bro. Let me tell you something. That fucking Belgium youth that they signed, million times better than fucking Modric.